What is going on, everybody? We are back on it. Vinland Saga, episode 24, season 1 finale. I think I've had a couple of you tell me, or at least a couple of my Patreon members, you guys should be seeing this on July 19th. Um, is there a season 2 launch date as far as when the anime? I know everything's kind of just been pushed all over the damn place with, all the pandemic stuff and studios not being able to like get in there and work and animate things. So if there is a follow up of a season 2, I'm sure you guys will update and spam me with the messages and let me know. Or if there's already an announcement for season 2, you guys can let me know that as well. We left off with, Askeladd kind of looking like he had it all figured out, and then, the king inadvertently, threatening what he's trying to protect, which was we haven't seen him that worried in I don't even know how long. So we'll see how it kind of plays out. You guys let me know that the Thorfinn and what's the old man's name, Leaf stuff wasn't in the manga. It was just kind of filler information. So that's why last episode I felt like it kind of felt out of place there, kind of where it was placed, and you guys kind of let me know why it kind of might have felt like that. We've got the notes ready to go on the phone. This will be in the season 1, and then I'm going to take. So this upcoming week that you got, well, no, not on YouTube because this is like 2 weeks ahead, but I'll be taking a week off of adding anything new. And then I've got some Star Wars, Clone Wars. I've got like 4 or 5 episodes I need to get out for Patreon members. And then the week after that, which I think will be the week of the 27th or the first week in August, one of the two, we will start Avatar. And then I need to go ahead and take a vote for the next series recommendations, and we'll go from there. I'm not sure how I feel about Vinland Saga yet. Maybe the last episode will change kind of where I have it rated as far as the season 1 goes and what expectations I had. I'm not sure how big one episode can change an entire opinion one way or the other, but we'll go ahead and do it. So, Vinland Saga season 1 finale, episode 24, at the very beginning, 0 seconds in, pressing play right now. And I will also skip through the opening, because we always do. Oh yeah, I wanted to see what he was going to give him. What was he going to give him? Oh, just a standard. He's... Oh God! Trying to see if he can spark a reaction out of him. Yep, they noticed his sweat. Don't do it. Don't. What's he gonna do? Go stab him? Oh God! All right, let's skip through this. Oh, back. All right. We are at 24. Hold on. What's the title of the episode? I want to see. We're at 24:40. 2 minutes 45. End of the prologue. Okay. Well, straightforward. 2 minutes 46 seconds. And then the Kings. Yeah. Yeah, I was about to say. So just question him why. The music, man, it's building. Yeah, there's nothing to gain. But sometimes putting your foot on the throat of an enemy just because you can is worth it to some people in power. Yeah, just because we can. What to fight on the side of? I say he goes and rallies an army. I don't think he goes to. I mean, he goes, but he goes to rally an army. No way he would go to kill him here, right? I was about to say, I feel like either of them could kill each other right now. I don't buy any of this. Yeah, everyone's like, wait, that's all? I could have done that years ago. I don't think this ends like this. I feel like someone's gonna whisper in somebody's ear and talk some shit. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah. Well, they found his weakness. Every man has one. No way he kills him, right? Oh, shit. You better take me back to that throne room. Well, not throne room, but take me back. Does Ashlad just get... I mean, not Ashlad. Does he just give up on his quest and sail back? Is he kind of over this? I don't know. I feel like he might be along with it, but it takes one sword to be drawn or Ashlad to yell something or a fight to break out, and I feel like he might revert back to his just I kill, I only live to kill mode. Leaf needs to just fucking set sail. He's gone. He's gone. Tell me he's just right there playing with that bird and he didn't really oh wow. I mean, it's not like he got on a plane and just disappeared. You could still search for him, but no way he draws a sword. No way. He's not actually gonna. He's not actually gonna do it. He's not actually gonna do it. They couldn't close the gap quick enough if they wanted to. Yeah, they couldn't. They're too far away. They couldn't close the gap if they wanted to. So what does this mean? I was about to say Canute. Like, what is this? I mean, he's never going to be able to live this down if he's like, haha, just kidding. He doesn't want to die that badly. I mean, they'll hunt him down to the ends of the earth. Is he? He actually fucking did it. Oh god, what happens now? What actually happens? Your king's dead. Any normal circumstance, those guards kill Askeladd. So what do? Oh, you're our new king. Or now Canute's the new king, so what does he order his men to do? They're his men now. He really fucking did it. Oh lordy. Now what? What's he gonna do? Kill Canute too? Oh god. How in the hell did y'all not kill him? What are we actually doing? They're so worthless. Y'all had him surrounded, and now you've got his back. You let him get his back covered by the wall. Yep, now he's back on his I only kill grind. How to say, just charge his ass, everybody. So we're just Torkel playing all this. Oh my god. It's one man. These are some worthless guards. Because now it looks good for Canute. Yeah. Yeah. It looks like Canute had nothing to do with it. They need to somehow get Askeladd out of there alive, though, so he can get back to Wales and do what he needs to do. Torkel's over it. Oh, Floki. Just die, bro. Floki's been needing to die. Chop him in the back of the neck. Why did he freeze? You got him stabbed. They need to make it look like he died. I don't think he's actually gonna die here. That shit barely pierced anything. I don't think any of this is going to, Is he dead? He sacrificed himself to put Canute on the throne and to save his country because he knew Canute wouldn't do that. Yeah. I don't know if he's really... Is he dead? Kill him. You wanted it, right? Yeah. You want it, Ash. You want it, Thorfinn. Go for it. Yeah. If he doesn't do it, the men surrounding him will. This isn't the revenge he wanted. Yeah. I've been calling this for the last 10 episodes. He was never going to get the duel he wanted. Told you it was going to take one thing to flip him back to that killer. And he's really dead. I've been saying this for the all season. What is your life, Thorfinn, after he dies? What are you gonna do? Like, what's your plan after this is all over? Like, oh wow, I've been wondering this for a while. If Askeladd doesn't die by Thorfinn's hand, what is Thorfinn's life? Everything he's done for the last decade has been an entire waste. He never even got what he sought out to get. His revenge, the reason he abandoned his mom, his home, his sister, carries around that dagger that's his father's, all that was for that moment. And nothing. He got nothing. Shit, he might turn around and kill you, Canute. I might need to back up a little bit, or Canute at least. Yeah, take a couple steps back there, buddy. Just Thorfinn is so emotionally like, yeah, yeah, yeah. You might need to back up there, buddy. Floki lives to survive another damn day. It's him now. But I don't know what their succession battle is. Their succession plan. Is he just there until his brother gets back and... Damn. That escalated quickly. This feels like this episode's been an hour long. Now, I don't know if they're still part of the plan going, like Askeladd's gonna pop up and be like, psych, but I'm pretty sure, like, he's dead. Torkel. If y'all don't put chains on his little ass or something, or what? All his memories, everything that's happened. Or maybe it's just everything that's happened in season 1, not just Thorfinn's memories. No, it looks to be Thorfinn's. Where's the kid? Was he just like sleeping this whole time, or what the hell's happening? I don't know what I'm looking at. Who is this? Who was that? Now we've got this like semi 3D animation going on here. Who was that? They're just showing me these back silhouettes. I don't know who that is. I don't feel like I'm supposed to know who that is. Maybe, characters for the upcoming season that will maybe be big players. Interesting. That man is definitely dead. Wow. Let's recap the episode and then kind of go through. So there's pretty much all the notes I took. They're none of any notes I took pre Askeladd's death aren't even really worth speaking about here. I don't know if this was ever a plan. As far as like I mean, who knows what was spoken about between Askeladd and Canute and Torkel, and what triple layer inception plans they might have had to be like, well, if the king decides this, we're going to do this. If he separates us, we do this. If he chooses to go this extreme route, we do this. It looks like, though, there was never, ever a discussion on could the land or country of Wales be threatened or be thrown into this plot or our strategy at any point, just judging by Ashladd's reaction, the gut like sweat, like straight up like worry that he had. Now, it looks like till the end, maybe that was that look that he gave Canute right before he killed the king. There's a look he gave. I'm trying to see if I can find it. Nope, he beheads him. There's a look around here that he gives to... Yeah, it's right here. So that look he gives Canute right there. I don't know if that was an understanding of like, hey, I'm still like for you. Everything I'm about to do right here is an act. Because we heard it through Canute, but like we never heard it like verbally exchanged like before this. But I don't know if it was like, hey, this is going to be for you. I'm just going to remove this out of your way. This is what we all wanted. This is why we, put this little brigade of all-stars together. And I'm going to take the fall. But you better hold up your end of the bargain, Someone to believe in Canute, and in turn, protect my country, protect my people, protect my land. And it raises now another point of how he always talked about his mom said his people waited for 500 years for their king, their savior to come back, and he's like, well, if he's never going to come back, I'll be it. And I started to get to the point where like he fully believed that. Now that he's dead, is Canute now supposed to be that savior? Is that savior never supposed to come? Now, I mean, it was just maybe like a story, and it was never going to be anything. And if they wanted to be saved, they were going to have to save themselves. I'm not quite sure, but like I said, I think at that moment he decided, and he gave him that look like, hey, I'm doing this. Fulfill what needs, like, do what needs to be done, do the right thing, protect my land. I'm gonna look like the madman here. I thought it was really going to be the king lets Askeladd go to Wales. He goes there and starts, putting together like an underground little army here that he can, when the time comes, tell the king, yes, I've gone through the country of Wales. I've talked to, all the, rulers and soldiers, and, I've rallied the troops. They're loyal to you. If you call upon them, they will be there. And we would get to a point where maybe, the men of Wales would be called, but their real agenda is, we will backstab England, we will backstab the king, the Danes, as soon as the chance arises. All that doesn't look to be into play, because that's what I was putting in my notes. And when the king said he had to pick Wales or Canute, I thought he was going to kill Sweyn and Canute. But yeah, Askeladd's dead. And now it kind of makes me feel... I do get kind of Game of Thrones vibes now, but I didn't get Game of Thrones vibes, because a lot of people said that it's the Game of Thrones of anime, and maybe it will be as we kind of go along. But as far as like the main character, I mean, Askeladd has been the main character, and I'm pretty sure he's actually dead. I don't know if that just was supposed to be a cover-up, and in season 2 we go into a dark room and see somebody sitting by a fireplace, and then we swing the camera around and it ends up being Askeladd alive. Because I don't know if like Canute pierced deep enough if he's really dead, but I mean, he was laying there bleeding out. We had the inner monologue in his head. He's fading the visions from his eyes, so he looks to be dead. So that's kind of the only Game of Thrones comparison that I've kind of seen, other than like maybe time period setting. And what does that mean for Thorfinn? I've been saying this for the last 5 to 10 episodes, maybe even before that. Say he gets his revenge. Okay, then what? Are you going to live a life of Askeladd, kind of just like pimping out your services to the highest bidder, and you kind of start forming a little of like brigade slash mercenary army of your own? Do you just go back home and live out your days farming animals and tending to the crops with your mom and your sister? Or how does that really going to play out? That's best case scenario. Worst case scenario, Askeladd dies by other means and it has nothing to do with you. Then your life has been a complete waste. Like this didn't happen to him when he was older. Thorfinn's not a seasoned veteran, or he's been in a couple battles or wars, and his father died when he was like in his 20s or 30s, which would still be very traumatizing in front of your eyes. But by that time, he could have shaped into, a type of man and warrior, and that could have just, given him extra fight. This has shaped him through his adolescence, his preteen, his teenage years. I mean, he's going into he's transitioning into that late teen, 20 years old. This is all he's known, all he's been mentally focused on, all he's been driving towards. And I've been saying this for a while. If he never got it and it was taken from him, and like Askeladd said, what now? Then what? What's the plan if you're not the one to get that? And he didn't. And now what? That's kind of like where we're at. I've been saying this for a while, when I was trying to figure out who's the main character? We never get inside of Thorfinn's head. He might have a soft moment where he's having a dream or thinking about something. It lasts for 2 minutes and that's it. But we got a lot of inner monologue of Askeladd, I don't know what Thorfinn's thinking or what he's been thinking. We kind of saw him soften up a little bit at the end of last episode and this episode. But yeah, his dreams, his goals, his aspirations, everything he's been training for has been taken from him. There's no second chances. There's no train a little harder, you'll get it next time, or there's always next year. It's not like he's playing a sport or, going for a gold medal or, trying to get a job or whatever. There's only one person that killed your father, He's not coming back. At least, what we've known. I'm going to hold my horses. Maybe something could happen in season 2, but that's just kind of what it is. And again, I don't know what the succession plan is in this storyline, but any stories, movies, TV shows, cartoons, animes that I've seen in this type of setting, it's usually 99% of the time typically the oldest male sibling has direct claim to the throne. The only time the younger sibling would take it is if, the older sibling has, given up his name and titles, banished himself, decided to, go a different path with his life and, given that up. And I thought maybe since Canute was the only male heir currently in the area, that he would just assume the title of king until his older brother, makes it back home and can assume the rightful position, And I feel like that would go for any amount of brothers. If Canute was out and his older brother was out and they had another younger brother and the same thing happened, I feel like that younger brother would assume, king stand-in until the older brothers came back. But it looks to be like, hey, I'm here, I claim it, I'm king. So what happens when his brother rides home and he's got people that would rather him be king? How does that work? I'm not quite sure. But then just going back to the entire episode, it was good. It was probably the best episode of the 24. I don't know if that's an accurate statement. I have to really go back and think. But the Thor stuff in the very beginning, like episode 1 or 2 or whatever that was pretty great. Can't believe Floki survives off all this. As soon as I saw Floki step up, I'm like, yes, this is it. Floki's finally going to get his, and he doesn't. Now, we saw Canute talking to Torkel, like, let him keep being mad, let him keep, putting on this front. When the moment comes, I'll end it. So was he always planning like he was going to be the... I mean, I'm guessing, because it would look better for him, I'm the one that put down the madman that killed my father, that killed my king, I'm trying to think where that opportunity would have came if, Torkel didn't bust, or Thorfinn didn't bust in there, and Askeladd was like, for that second. Maybe he did it on purpose, maybe he didn't. But I guess that's pretty much all we have to say. It would have been a little bit more impactful had we, I guess, gotten more of King Swain. We kind of only really got to see him as like a character or a man or a king in the last 2-3 episodes max. And we've gotten little clips of him speaking and stuff, but never like actually building that character development to like, really hate him or really like him in a certain direction. Which is kind of what we've gotten with a lot of characters, so I feel like it's kind of hard to kind of flesh that out in just 24 episodes. I feel like the only character we truly know is Askeladd, and he's now dead. We got so little of Thorfinn. We got a little bit of Torkel into kind of, what makes him tick and what he's kind of searching for. And maybe that's all there is to him, and we don't need any more of him. And then Canute as well, because we saw him one way, so like you didn't really give him any mind or effort, and then he completely switches up. So we started building him a little bit. So now I'm trying to think of like, well, where does the story pivot to? I think at Patreon members let me know that that the manga is ending, or it's on its last like phase here, or last 20 or so chapters, but that the chapters are supposed to that could possibly span over the next like 1, 2, 3 to 4 years to finish up the final arc. But by my estimation and what I was told, there's probably enough manga material for 4 full seasons, so kind of like an Attack on Titan type thing. So I would be interested to see just kind of where it goes, because now you're kind of... Because they showed... I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Am I supposed to know who any of these people are here? Who's the old guy up here? Looking like an old, shorter Torkel with gray hair. Who's that man up there? Never seen him. Is this supposed to be, this is going to be, a big character in season 2? Who's that? Is that his mom? Sister? Somebody we've never... Not his sister. This guy red hair. I don't know who that is. Who's this? Who's this? I don't think I'm supposed to know who that is. And then who's my man here? Who's this? Absolutely no idea. So that was what, 4 characters? 3 characters that they gave us like close-up shots. I've never seen them, don't know them by name. But it's an interesting take here, because now we pivot into a whole nother season, and I feel like there's not a character that I feel anything towards, like as a character one way or another. Certain characters you see like, God, I hate them so much, but they still make for good characters. There's characters like you love. I feel like I don't have any, like every time Torkel, says something, or, he does some amazing feat of strength, it's cool to see, but like, it's just Torkel, he's a good character, he's cool. Thorfinn, we haven't gotten any of, so it's hard for me to do that. And Canute, there's been too much disconnect to make me feel invested in Canute, just because he's pivoted so late in the season. So I'll be interested to see kind of how season 2 goes. Now, I will say I had never gotten as much DMs, YouTube comments, Twitter for any anime than what I've gotten for Vinland Saga. It wasn't even up for votes. It was supposed to be Avatar and Full Metal Alchemist. But you guys wanted Vinland Saga so badly. I've never been flooded with that much. And I didn't know, you guys can let me know, was it you wanted me to start Vinland Saga because the story as a whole, as to where like the manga is currently, like the story is that level that I needed to like, get on it? Or was it that hyped because of the season 1 of the anime. Because I don't want to like poo-poo things or say one thing or the other, but we're more than open here. I'm open to comments. I'm open to discussions and dislikes and stuff like that. But it just seemed it was just an average season 1 to me. There wasn't there was nothing. Maybe this last episode here, and maybe some of the tour stuff in the beginning. But there's nothing like I would jump back to rewatch. I gotta see that again, type stuff. So like me, season 1, a scale of 1 to 10, 6.5, maybe 7, since how hype that last 15 minutes of or 10 minutes of the last episode was. But I didn't think it was bad. I thought it was slightly above average. It's just I don't know was the hype and just I told you I've never been hit up to watch an anime like you guys told me for this one. So maybe I set the bar 10 out of 10. So if it didn't live up to it, of course it wasn't going to hit 10 out of 10. Or maybe it's because just the Vinland Saga story as a whole, when you put the manga and everything wrapped up into it, we can kind of see how it plays out. But I'm just trying to think about other season 1s in my head. I prefer, of course, Tokyo Ghoul season 1, Attack on Titan season 1, Demon Slayer. We just finished season 1. I know nothing more past season 1. I prefer Demon Slayer season 1 over Vinland Saga. So I don't know. I just felt like it was slightly above average. And that's just kind of my thought process on it. And it wasn't because, and I know you guys told me, it's not your typical shonen where you're going to have battles and, the main character's got some deep down beast or powers or, power-ups or anything crazy like that. There's not going to be flashy fights or anything crazy. It's going to be more dialogue and build-up. But I feel like the only dialogue and build-up we really had was built around Askeladd. Now that man is dead. And besides that, there wasn't much dialogue and build-up other than making you kind of question certain things in people's life. What Canute thinks about, God and love and, what is really love and, all that kind of stuff. And how far would you go for revenge as Thorfinn? But there wasn't, there wasn't the world building or character building when you're talking Game of Thrones-esque. So we'll kind of just have to see how it plays out. And, I was happy with it. And that'll be the end of Vinland Saga Season 1 discussion. So you guys can feel free to go back and forth in the comments with whatever you'd like. And we'll just leave it there. So this upcoming week, Patreon is going to be different. But by the time you guys see this on YouTube, Avatar should have started. And we'll just kind of keep all that and go from there. So I appreciate it, guys. Y'all keep staying safe out there. Wash your hands. Distance. All that good stuff. And we'll go from there. Like, share, favorite, subscribe. And as always,